We all know that UK is becoming difficult. Lately, lots of things have been happening, but the question here is that will people still be coming to the UK?
You'll be living your good life. Catch a glimpse from the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see now.
Hi beautiful people, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time here, my name is Stella. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos. Click on that notification bell to get notified whenever I post any new video. And for my returning subscribers, thank you guys for the love, thank you guys for the support. Honestly, I really do appreciate it. So on this channel, I talk about my life here in the UK, what is happening around me, and I share information. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the latest update. So a few weeks back, some of you might know about Braverman's resigning and coming back to sit and all of that saga. She was complaining that we've got too much dependent. In fact, in that video, I think I said bad news for Nigeria coming to the UK to study, because as at that time, to be honest, it was said Nigerian and India. And to be honest, if you check, like, we don't have to lie. If you're watching this video, let's tell ourselves the truth. I can remember arguing with a friend and she said, okay, just check number of immigrants coming in to study. That if you check the numbers that are coming, if you want to talk about Chinese people, how many persons are they bringing? Like, Chinese people, honestly, most of them don't really bring dependent. They're just coming to study and they go back. So I feel like at the end of all this saga, it falls back to Nigerians and Indians. And even with the Indians, for me, I don't even feel like they've come with lots of dependents. Anyways, I don't know, I'm not sure about that, but with the number of Indians I see, I don't see them with too many kids. Sometimes I'll just see the husband and wife and all of that compared to my country people. So, but that is by the way. So as at that time, she was considering cutting the number of dependents. She was complaining that the dependents are too much. They are more than the people coming in to study. Because at that time, she resigned and she came back to power. They didn't say much about it, although other MPs are, against it. And now the Prime Minister just considered doing the same thing, cutting number of dependents. I came across this news, says, I'm sorry I'm with my phone, it's just that I need to read it from my phone. You guys are going to see it on the screen anyway. Rishi Sunak is considering putting up barriers for international students bringing dependent and studying low quality degrees in a bid to reduce net immigration. So what am I saying? So he is in support of the Home Secretary, which is Braverman, because she was the one that come up with all of this. In the first place, she was the one complaining about number of immigrants. At the end of the day, she's doing it for the British people, she's doing it for her own people. And then I came across this news. It says foreign students reportedly to be barred from the UK unless studied at the top universities. Foreign students wanting to study in Britain may be turned away unless they have secured a place at the top universities, according to a report by the Times newspaper. The plan come as the Conservative government attempt to reduce net immigration as pledged 2019 manifesto. A record 504,000 people immigrated to the United Kingdom in the year to June, according to the Office for National Statistics. So for me, all I see is a country that are trying to make money off other countries. But the question here is that will people still come to the UK to study? Because I see no reason why you would tell people to go to a particular school where we all know that these schools are very expensive. I know the fact that they are complaining that dependents are too much, but at the same time, they are getting enough money. Don't get me wrong, everybody has their own opinion, but the question is that will people still come to the UK to study with all of this that is happening? Yes, it's not yet finalized, but yes, it's what is on the table now, because they will have to agree with other MPs. I can remember someone was saying that it's a good news because other MPs are against it, saying that the dependents needs to come. But at the same time, what if they allow the dependents to come to the UK and they say there's no more post-study visa? Do you think people will still come to the UK to study? Because this looks like a business now, to be honest. But the truth is that anybody planning to come to the UK, now is the best time to come to the UK before they stamp this rule, because at the moment they are still on it. They will have to finalize it before they put the new rules. And they went further, saying that according to the report, there will also be a restriction on how many family members the students are able to bring into the country with them. The rules will also only apply to foreign students who aren't already living in the UK. So I think this new rule is going to start from the next intake. But like I said, it's not yet finalized, because if you're already in the UK, I mean, we're already in the UK, there's nothing they can do about that. But I feel like this will come in place from the next session 2023. But at the same time, I'm not sure, because they've not yet, finalized it and say, yeah, this is what is going to happen. That's why I always tell people, if you want to come to the UK is not like UK we all used to know. But if you want to come to the UK, now is the best time, before they'll be like, okay, this is number of dependent you bring. I think this is the best time to come to the UK, because now they are still fighting, to get it done, even though we all know that it's not going to be easy. I keep asking people, will you still come to the UK if they reduce number of dependents? Do you think they will still make this money they are making? If you're watching this, do you think people will still come? What's your opinion? What's your thought on all of this that's happening? They also said roughly 1.1 million people arrived in the UK in the year to June, with around 560,000 immigrating in the same period, leaving the net migration to a record of 504,000 people, according to the Office for National Statistics on Thursday. The reported plan was to detain foreign students from studying in the Britain, seemed to go against the government's international growth strategies from 2019, which was designed to increase the number of international students studying in the UK each year to 600,000 by 2030. The target was reached in 2020/2021 academic year, when more than 605,000 non-UK students enrolled in higher education, according to the Higher Education Statistics. So obviously, the number of international students coming to the UK has already increased since 2020 to 2021. That's what they are trying to say. I don't still blame people coming in via the student route, because that is the easiest way, if not job. And most of you will agree with me, especially people applying for this care job. We all know that this care job has not been easy to get. But even though I know some persons were lucky to get the job, but the truth is that you will always see them online saying they are recruiting, but it's becoming very difficult, because people already in the UK are also applying for the job. And sometimes even when they publish like a post that we are recruiting, before you know, thousands of people will apply, and before you know it, they'll bring it down and tell you, okay, we've gotten enough candidates, or they'll tell you that they are no longer recruiting. That's because they've got many people already in the UK, and as soon as they post it, people will still rush and still apply. And that's why when you're applying for a job, people will be complaining that, oh, we've applied for this job, they say they're not recruiting. And some persons will complain they don't put links. Do you know that sometimes when we make video on YouTube, the company will email you and tell you, please bring down the post, because we've got too many messages, too many emails, because it's overwhelming when they see thousands of emails of job application. And I don't blame them. That is why most YouTubers, when they make video, they don't usually put the link, they just put the name of the organization for you guys to go and type in. And now the easiest way to come to the UK, which is the student route, is becoming difficult now because of this latest update. They are wanting to cut down number of dependents. So tell me, who is coming to the UK to study without bringing their family? How are they going to survive? I mean, like, will you leave your family back home? Or if you're someone that have not finished paying your school fees, obviously you want your dependent to support you, by working and paying the remaining school fees. So how is it going to work? But we're still here waiting for the final say, because at this point they are still arguing if to do that or not. And if you're watching this video, what do you think about all of this? For me, I feel like they are all after our money. That's just it. That is what I think, or that is how I feel, or that is how I see it, to be honest, because I see no reason why they keep charging, increasing money and all of that. And for me, I feel like why lots of people, lots of families decided to move to the UK is because since they announced the 2 years, post-study visa, people believe that they might get a job after the 2 years. I feel that is the reason why, that is why lots of people rush to the UK. But aside from it, I don't know if they scrap the post-study visa, if people will still want to come to the UK. Because when I came, there was no rush. It was just 1 year. After 1 year, if you don't have a job that will sponsor you, and mind you, that job that will sponsor you must pay very well before you get sponsored. So because I could remember most people I came to UK with, before they announced this post-study visa, they had to go back, because after study is just 1 year, you go back until they announce this post-study visa. And so many persons were lucky to get this post-study visa. They're also complaining that international students coming to the UK to study go for courses that are cheaper, or courses that have less impact to the society, I mean to the UK as a whole. So that is why they are trying to channel everything to say, oh, you have to go to a particular university, because at the end of the day, money is the motivation. Because I see no reason why they will tell you to go to a particular university that is very expensive and all of that. And that is why some universities are not in support of this, because If you check how much international students are paying compared to the home student, oh god, you're going to be shocked. International students pay way more than the home students. So that is why it's a very big problem to tackle, because you can't tell international students to, like, you know, stop going for the course they wish to go for, because at the end of the day it's not all about immigration. They will still have to consider the UK university. So here Professor Brian Bell, chairman of the Immigration Advisory Committee, told today on BBC Radio, for most universities, for most courses, lose money on teaching British students and offset the loss by charging more for international students. If you close down the international route, I'm not sure how the university continue to survive. Although London, Cambridge and Oxford will do well if overseas students were only allowed to place at elite university, he said. Poorer regions, particularly those in the north, will suffer. He pointed out that it is not just an immigration policy but also an education policy, as it could lead to a massive increase in British student fees to make up for the loss of foreign students' payment. So you all can see that they are weighing options. They are finding it difficult to, you know, place this route, because international students are bringing in good money to the system. So let's just keep waiting and see what is going to happen. And if you're watching this video, what's your thought on all of this? Because for me, like I said, they're just using the international students as money making machine because they don't want to lose. At the same time, I don't blame them. This is the system that is working. They care about their own people. They don't care about any other person. All they care about is their own people. But whichever way, hopefully everything is going to work out for our own good. Let's just keep waiting and see what's happening. And for the meantime, if you're planning to come to the UK, don't give up. Keep applying for your jobs. Keep applying to come and study if you want to come and study. We all know that coming to study is not a beans. It's not a day job. It's very, very expensive. When people ask me, like, how much does it cost, especially with people with family of 4 or 5, like, it's very expensive. I'm not going to lie. So coming to the UK to study is one of the easiest routes to come to the UK, to be honest, and we all can see what they are trying to do to this route to make it more difficult for people coming to the study. But finger crossed, let's just see what happens. Whatever that happens, I'll keep you guys updated. I just decided to bring up this news for you guys. I believe this video is going to help 1 or 2 persons planning to come to the UK. Anyway, with this, I've come to the end of today's video. If you find this video informative, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe and share my video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.